The microphone.
Under the lights, speaking of facts, double the price, yeah. Under the lights, we covering sports, whatever you like, yeah. Home runs in the park, touchdowns in the end zone. Knockouts in the ring, buzzer beater for the win, go hard or go home. Find out who you are when you under the lights. That pressure made a star, right there. Under the lights, you looking for the best, tune in to Under the Lights. Yeah, yeah, Under the Lights.
Yeah. Welcome back to Under the Lights. We are your host. I'm Big Mike, and that's my guy, Jordan. What's up, boy?
Chilling, baby. How you doing?
I'm good, man. We had some technical difficulties going on. Y'all know how technology could be, man. You know what I mean? So we had some technical difficulties going on, you feel me? But, you know, we here now, you know what I mean? So for the viewers right now, make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button so y'all can be up to date with all things Under the Lights. You feel what I'm saying? What's up with you, though, bro? You good, man? How you doing, man? You straight?
Chilling. You know what I'm saying? I'm prepared for this game today. That's what I am.
Yeah,
You ready for this game?
Oh, you prepared? You prepared? You ready?
Brother.
Oh, what damn? What you so? Oh, y'all 18-2 with Jimmy and shit. Yeah, you think this is it, huh? So is this the year? Yeah, you finals hopes again? You back on that? What you doing?
Yeah. Depending on our matchups, I mean, I think it's wide open. But I already told you the West is wide open from the beginning.
So who can y'all lose to?
I think we'd have a hard time against. We struggle against Denver for some odd reason, but I still think the matchup with Denver, I feel like we can beat them, but just the facts of the facts, they've beaten us the last like 8-9 times.
Yeah.
Minnesota, I think, would be a tough out because of their size. I think the Clippers as well because of their size with Zubac. But yeah, I think the Clippers is dangerous, man. I think the Clippers is dangerous. But every other team, I feel that we can get. Be honest with you,
You're gonna get the playoff. You know, James, the disappearing act from James Harden. So y'all be if y'all get the Clippers, y'all be all right. You know what I mean? Y'all be all right. You know what I mean? Nothing
crazy.
Yeah, I mean, ain't nothing. You can do disappear.
Really? So what about you? What about you? Think what you think? You think we can? You think we gonna struggle, or who do you think can?
Against the Clippers or just anybody?
Anybody in the West?
Well, you know I'm not taking y'all over the Lakers, and that's not a bias thing. That's just them two silverbacks. You know what I'm saying? Them two silverback gorillas we got over there. You know what I mean? LA. You know what I mean? I ain't taking y'all over them. You know what I'm saying? I think OKC will give y'all a run, man. I think OKC will give y'all a run, bro. I'm gonna keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? I just think they will. You know what I mean? Denver, obviously, because of Jokic. You know what I'm saying? He can carry a fucking team. We already know that. You know what I mean? But other than that, ain't hear nothing.
What about the Lakers?
You didn't hear what I just said? I think we get whoever up out of there. Now we talking about OKC. Now keep it 100. OKC would be a tough out because they're young, they physical, they fast, they got scores everywhere. You know what I mean? And they can defend. You know what I mean? They scrappy. OKC would be a tough out. Y'all would be a tough out. It ain't gonna be no easy. It ain't about to walk over the Warriors. You know what I mean? It'd be a tough out too. You know what I mean? But I'm still taking. Other than that, you know what I mean? I'm not worried about the Houston Rockets. I'm not worried about Memphis. I'm not worried about Minnesota. You know what I'm just not, bro. You know what I mean? I got the utmost confidence in the Lakers, you know what I mean, in the playoff, when playoff times get here. You got, like I said, you got two silverback gorillas in Luka and LeBron. And then you got a guy in Austin Reeves who was even much better this year and has been in the playoffs and got money in the playoffs against top teams, against Memphis and John Morant, against the Warriors, you know what I mean, going against Steph Curry, you know, when they play against each other. He do a good motherfucking job. And he's much better this year. You feel me? So it'll be a tough one, but other than the OKC, you know what I mean, the Warriors, and I ain't just ruling out Denver. They got Jokic. It's pretty much the same, you know what I mean? It's pretty much the same, but I'm taking the Lakers over everybody. Period.
Just like that, the Lakers over everybody.
Bro, listen. Yeah, bro. Yeah. That's just how I'm coming. You feel that? And like I said, ain't no bias shit. That's just what it is. Like in the playoffs, I think, you know what I mean, they can get whoever in the West. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. But anyway, man, I feel like I'm echoing in the background for some reason. I don't know. But Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. But anyway, man, let's talk about these Knicks, bro. And I wish Mel was on here. You know what I mean? We're gonna talk about these Knicks because they played against the Cavaliers last night and they blew a 15-point lead. You know what I mean? Had a 15-point deficit and they blew that. You know what I mean? They came back and won the game 124 to 105. The Cavs erased that 15-point deficit. You know what I mean? You know, when the start of the season, bro, or even before the season, when the Knicks was making their moves in the offseason, they got signed OG Anunoby, you got Mikal Bridges, Carl Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson, all those guys. You looked at the roster and everybody was like, oh, this is one of the best starting fives in the league, if not a top starting five in the league. You feel what I'm saying? And we just haven't been seeing, top starting five in the league play, if you ask me, because they struggle. They still don't have wins over the top teams and things like that. You know what I mean? So with the way their season is going versus the way, the Cleveland Cavaliers season is going, how good they doing. They got 61 wins now, on the season, the first time since the 09-2010 Cavaliers team when LeBron was there. You know what I'm saying? So are you more surprised at how the Knicks are playing or how the Cavaliers are playing this season? Talk to me.
You can go. You can take this.
Yeah, look. If Mel was here, if Mel was just to fuck with Mel, I'd be like, shit. I'm more surprised at the Knicks. I'm more surprised at the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? I would be on some bullshit, you know what I mean, for a little bit, but in all actuality and reality, I'm more surprised with the Cavaliers. I didn't see 61 wins coming. I didn't see, 16-game win streak. I didn't see the leap that they taken this year. I mean, they beat everybody too. You feel what I'm saying? Nobody had a win streak like Cleveland, and they was looking like, the best team. And you look at last night when they played against the Knicks, they was down 15. Then the first half wasn't going well at all for them. They couldn't get nothing to fall. The shots wasn't falling. You know what I'm saying? In New York, they was playing really good, solid defense. You know what I'm saying? But, rotating and everything else, but it left wide open guys for Cleveland. And Cleveland was just not knocking down the shots that they normally knock down in the first half. When the second half came, even Donovan Mitchell, he came alive. And everybody else that came alive, like I said, it was down 15, and they took that lead back, and then they never looked back. You feel what I'm saying? So that's just show you championship pedigree. You got a defensive player of the year candidate in Evan Mobley. You know what I mean? You got Donovan Mitchell. DeAndre Hunter from the Hawks, he has been a great acquisition for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Whatever he was doing in Atlanta, he doing the same thing in Cleveland. He getting open shots, he hitting them. He playing defense, he getting out in transition. He's doing his part to help the Cleveland Cavaliers with them 61 wins as well. He ain't riding no coattail. He's doing his thing. You feel what I'm saying? So, like I said, Donovan Mitchell out there, 17 points, 10 of 18, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Carl Anthony Towns didn't have a bad game. If you look at the numbers, 9 of 16, 25 points. The thing is, he was in foul trouble for some time as well. That's his problem.
He always does that. He always gets in the foul trouble.
He always in foul trouble. That's not 9 of 16 with 25 points, 13 rebounds. That's a damn good game. If you look at it, if that was the whole game, if he played his normal minutes, like, man, that's a damn good game. But it could have been better than that if he wasn't in fucking foul trouble all the time. You feel what I'm saying? So, the Knicks, I mean, I'm more surprised. I'm surprised that the Knicks, you know what I'm saying? I feel like they look like a weak link, you know what I mean? Like they could be had. Somebody can walk in MSG or they can walk in anybody else's building and get the doors blown off of them any given day, you know what I'm saying? But I'm more surprised at the Cleveland Cavaliers, but from the leap that they have taken from last year to now, you know what I mean? 16-game win streak, looking like a real deal, legit contender, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's where I'm at with that.
No, can you hear me? Let me see. Are you still echoing or what? Because I'm trying to change something up for you.
We good. We good.
We good now? Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm more surprised about the Cavaliers, obviously. The what they did and how they they started off like, I don't know what it was. It was like something crazy. Where they didn't lose for
15-0 or something like that.
Yeah, they went on a real streak, and no one really predicted that they would be number one in the East, and they were number one in the league for pretty much predominantly the whole season until kind of recently when they went on that little losing streak.
Yep.
So if you would ask me who would I be more surprised by, it's 100% I'd be more surprised by Cleveland, bro. 100%. The Knicks, I already told you. Remember in the preseason thing, I had the Knicks a top 5 team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I had the Knicks a top 5 team, and right now I think they're like top 5, top 6 in terms of record wise, but the problem with the Knicks is they struggle against the best teams.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm clearly surprised by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Evan Mobley has made a big jump this year. I feel like Darius Garland also got an All-Star nod. He's whether I think he's pretty much with the same production, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, you can check up the stats and tell me if that's the case or not. Donovan Mitchell's still the same bad boy that he is. Um, you know what I'm saying? That was a good pickup that you said from what's his name, trading Karis LeVert and Niang for DeAndre Hunter. I thought DeAndre Hunter is a good pickup.
Yeah.
I don't know why Atlanta gave him up. I really don't know
I
why.
don't either, bro. I'm
Yeah.
like, what are they doing?
You know what I'm saying? Is it a thing where they couldn't pay him, or was he because he was coming giving you like 18, 20 off the bench.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it was a thing where maybe they couldn't want to pay him because they want to pay Dyson Daniels or whatever the case may be, or someone else. I don't know. But
Right.
Dyson Daniels, he's nice now. I'm not going,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah. Oh yeah.
nice. Um, so for sure, Cleveland Cavaliers has been making big moves. More surprised by how they've been playing defensively at that as well. They're huge. They're big front line, bro.
Jared Allen, Evan Mobley. Yeah.
Yeah, like bro, they're big in the front line. Then you add DeAndre Hunter right there in that three. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And then you're kind of small at the 1 and 2 guard, but Evan Mobley and Jared Allen they're cleaning up stuff, bro.
Yes,
They're
sir.
cleaning up.
Yes, sir.
Evan Mobley can switch damn near 1 through 5. You know, defensive player of the year candidate, like you said, I don't think he is, to be honest with you. But it is what it is with that. With the Knicks though, the Knicks, I just, as watching them, like, I think they've been steady, but they just can't beat a top team, bro. And that's the disappointing thing with them. And at that, let me tell you, I feel that they're like too reliant on Brunson at the end of games.
Yep.
It's just Brunson or nothing in the end of games. And I don't want to take too much stock on their game, because obviously Brunson did not play. So it's
Mhm.
like he's the main player on that team. In terms of not main player, because I don't want to say like because Cat is also having a great season,
I'm
and
with you.
maybe he might be having a better season. You know what I'm saying in terms of, like stats and all that.
Well,
But
well,
we
well,
all
well, I think you should, even with Jalen Brunson, I think you should try to run it through Cat. Give him more touches. He's big. He's a bit he don't play, you know what I mean? Like I would like him to play. It ain't up to me, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean. Like he's he's 7 feet tall. He can play in the post, you know what I mean? So I mean, why not? It looked like, you know what I mean, that was Cat's team even when Jalen Brunson was there, you know what I mean? That's what it looked like. You feel me? So
Yeah. So like, I mean, to be honest, I hear you. You know what I'm saying? And Cat, I would say he should be more assertive, or maybe they should run it through him a bit more. But at the end of games, they go to Jalen Brunson, bro. It's Jalen Brunson,
yeah.
and maybe that could be the case. It could be like I don't want to say I'm not comparing the two, but it could be like like a Shaq Kobe thing where at the end of games you give it to your guard, who also can create shots off his, what I'm saying, whatever the case may be. But even though Karl Anthony Towns can also shoot free throws, it's not like you can't give it to him. But
Right.
I feel like Brunson, maybe they just think that he can create more, or he's just more better in the clutch situations.
Right.
And for me, I think it's how they do that though is a bit too. It's just him or nothing at the end of games. I'm just going off what I see. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? Him or nothing. I don't think that bodes well. You feel what I'm saying? We already know that if your lead guard is small, it's already difficult to win a championship if your lead guard is small and
Mhm.
you go to him all the time. So I don't think Brunson's like that. He's nice. Don't
Right.
get me wrong. And I don't want Mel to come in and say, "Oh, he's not." Brunson's nice now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially coming from Dallas when he was only getting like 13 a game, and then he went over to the Knicks and upped that shit all the way up and became an
Yep.
all NBA type of player. Got to
Yep.
give credit to him. You know what I'm saying? Dallas, I don't know what they're doing. Their organization is all over the shop right now, trading away my man Luca. Didn't pay that man 40 million or some shit. It was like it wasn't even gonna be it was gonna be one of them contracts that Steph was on. That's what fucking Brunson was gonna get in Dallas. They didn't want to give it to him. I don't know what they do. So sorry. So it's like that. I'm not the Knicks all over the shop for me. Even though they're kind of, it's like weird. They're like all over the shop, but they're not. They're like
Yeah.
in the middle. You know what
So
I'm saying?
so if you speak, so do you think if the Knicks if they play the Bucks in the first round, are they one and done?
I think they can get the Bucks. Personally, I think they can get the Bucks. I don't think the Bucks have much, man. I mean, they're big. You know what I'm saying? You have Giannis and you have Brook Lopez and you have Kuzma. You know what I'm saying? Who's a champion from the bubble. You don't have Dame, and I just think at the end of games it's going to be, you have Giannis, but because he's not good at the free throw line, they can put up a block, a wall like they do previously. I think that's a bad matchup, man. For I think that's a matchup the Knicks can win. Personally, in my opinion.
Who would you pick in that series? Who would you? I know you. Who would you pick? Because you like to say who can win.
I got the Knicks. I'll take the Knicks, man. I'll take the Knicks.
I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. I think they could get the Knicks. And listen, the Bucks are big, bro. They got Giannis. They got Brook Lopez. Kyle Kuzma, who been there, done that. Just like Giannis and Brook Lopez been there, done that. You feel me? They got Bobby Portis. He'll be back. Gary Trent Jr. Shoot that motherfucker. Pat Connaughton, he can knock down some shots. And just like they got Lillard gone, Jalen Brunson's gone too. You feel what I'm saying? We don't know when he's gonna be back. We don't know. You feel what I'm saying? So in Milwaukee, whole team is tough. It ain't the whole team is tough. You feel what I'm saying? The whole New York team ain't tough because to me, you know how I feel about Cat. I just feel like he's soft. And he gonna be the one that's supposed to lead that team. They got Giannis leading that team. And I think the Milwaukee Bucks, led by Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is going to be going 100% on every play, on every rebound, you know what I'm saying? I think he could put his imprint on that entire series and help the Bucks send the New York Knicks home without Dame Lillard. Hey, listen, that's cool. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. I don't look at the Knicks like that. You feel me? This is not to me, it's not a 50-50. I'm going 51-49 type shit. Bucks, I can even go 52-48. It ain't too far apart. You feel what I'm saying? But I just think with Giannis being the head of the snake, you know what I'm saying? You talk about some wall, they've been trying to do that. You know what I mean? He still get through it. Miami did it the best, but after that, it wasn't like that. You feel me? But you still can spread the floor with Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis, Gary Trent Jr., you feel Pat Connaughton, Kevin Porter Jr. is even being good for him and being active on both sides of the ball. You feel what I'm saying? They just got a tough team. You know what I mean? And listen, the Knicks got a tough team too. OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, you know what I'm saying? Mikal Bridges, yeah, you feel what I'm saying? But I'm saying it's the small kink in that armor is Karl Anthony Towns with Giannis on the other side. So I would take the Bucks to beat the Knicks in the first round. You know what I mean? And if I was wrong, that's cool. I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping. You know what I mean? I don't think they're gonna go no much further than that if you ask me. But I would pick the Bucks to send the New York Knicks home in the first round because their whole team is tough and they led by Giannis. Period. The kink in that armor, like I said, that kink is Karl Anthony Towns.
I think they match up. I think they kind of match up well against New York. Match up well against them because they can spread out that floor. They can also match up. They put Anunoby on Giannis too. Anunoby ain't no punk. You know what I'm saying? And I also feel that Karl Anthony Towns is not like Karl Anthony Towns. He was getting it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in the playoffs, especially in Minnesota, he was doing well predominantly throughout if you just take the whole entire playoffs as a whole.
He going against Giannis. This would be Giannis though. Giannis wasn't in Minnesota.
I mean, yeah, that's fine because at the end of the day, there's like Karl Anthony Towns has a skill set, and that skill set, provides that he will be able to drag out one of the bigs, whoever it may be, whether it be Brook Lopez or if Giannis is on him.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna have to come out, which makes it easy. It makes it a bit easier for a Brunson. It makes it a bit easier for a guy like but he's gonna be there because we can't talk about Portis. Portis is fucking on suspension for doing some madness, man. What we doing?
Right.
What we doing, Bobby Portis, man? But anyway, I'm saying when Brunson gets there,
the defense gonna travel though.
But they defense ain't all that either.
Not Brunson, but Portis to be back to put a hand in that. It's all good. I'm still taking. And look, you say his skill. Cat's got the skill set, and that's cool. Giannis got a skill set, domination. That's his skill set, and I think he could dominate this series. If they,
I don't know what he has done lately, but I know Karl Anthony Towns has been to the Western Conference Finals, man.
Yeah,
I know that.
on the back
I mean, I don't.
back of Anthony Edwards. Yeah.
No, it was on the back of both the whole team actually, and he definitely played a big part of that too. It wasn't the back of him.
Well, let's see what he's gonna do now against Giannis coming up in the first round. Let's see how he does.
That's if they play each other.
Yeah, you know that's what the question is.
Yeah, that's if they play each other.
Yeah. So you got the Knicks and I got the Bucks. That's cool.
I got the Knicks, man. Shout out Mel, man. I got the Knicks, man. What's up, Mel?
Cool.
Mel
hating ass. I could have came out here and said, at least I kept it real. Who I was more surprised at. I could have went at Mel motherfucking ass to talk about them sorry ass overrated Knicks, but I kept it cool. I kept it cool. I kept it PG-13. You feel me? I ain't get rated on that nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. You know what I mean? But so man, let's stick with the NBA. Now listen, it's a guy named Nikola Jokic, right? It's a guy named Nikola Jokic, and he coming off he had a 61-point triple-double the other night. They lost the game on some bullshit, you know what I mean? But a 61-point triple-double. The man is averaging a freaking triple-double this season. He's top 5 in the major categories. You understand? To me, dog, hey, listen. The MVP, man, I might still have to go with Jokic. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I told you it's going to go up and down, but top 5 in 3 categories. I know they got 60-plus wins and shit, man, but hey, man, it could easily go to Jokic. It could easily go to Shea. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. But with what Jokic has been doing, you know what I'm saying, throughout his career, you know what I mean, the name he's made for himself and things like that, and all of the greatness that he can do. I mean, I don't know what much more he could possibly do. You feel what I'm saying? But with what he's done, do you believe, Jordan, that Jokic has ingratiated himself into one of the top 5 centers of all time? This is history ever.
Listen. This one is just we gonna have to talk because I don't know. You tell me. Okay, so we both have the conversation right now. Okay, you talking about top 5 center of all time, right? Okay, so let's talk about the centers right now. All right. We put Kareem there, correct? Kareem is a top 5 center of all time. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Kareem, correct?
Mm.
All right. Who's the next one? We gonna say Shaq? Can we say Shaq?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got Shaq. Who else we got? Are we putting Wilt in there?
You want me to take?
No, we both talking right now. And this is not a thing where I'm just saying. So, do we got Wilt in there?
I'm saying, cause I got a take. You know what I mean? You asking me questions and shit that you supposed to be giving me your take and shit. You feel me?
Yeah, this is my take. This is my take.
Wilt, okay.
Wilt. Are we putting Hakeem in there?
Okay.
Okay. Now, am I missing someone? We Duncan's a power forward. I mean, I'm not putting Bill Russell in there because Bill Russell that time is. I mean, I'm gonna exclude Bill. I'm gonna exclude him. I mean, shit. Yoke. I think Yoke can be a top 5 center of all time right now, man.
That's your take?
I think Yoke can be a top 5 center of all time. Okay, Yoke is already how many All NBAs does he have? He already has 3 MVPs. He's also a champion, right? He's probably the best passing big man of all time. You heard me loud and clear.
Not probably.
He is.
Yeah.
And I don't know what Donovan is talking about, saying that like I said, the best skill from Jokic is passing, and this dude was talking like he had no clue. He's like, Jokic is not even that type of passer, and I'm like, you definitely don't watch the NBA then.
Yeah,
like Big D. Like this is crazy, and I wish I could just call him and be like, what was you talking about? Because that is crazy. This is crazy.
Jokic is not that type of passer.
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I just said, I'm done talking to you because if you really don't think that this dude is up there, then we clearly have a situation. So we got Kareem, we got Shaq, we got Wilt, we got Hakeem, two MVP, Finals MVP, two-time champion, probably the best defensive center of all time, right? Like we could probably say something like that because Hakeem up there in steals, up there in blocks, he was crazy. Even his skill at the center position is at an all-time high. We got Shaq, the most dominant big man of all time. We got Wilt, who definitely, crazy numbers for Wilt. Like that's just what it is, crazy numbers. You know what I'm saying? Even though he was playing against whoever he was playing against, crazy numbers. You know what I'm saying? And you got Kareem. Kareem is probably the tip top of them all. You know what I'm saying? He's like a 6-time champion. I think is he a 5 or 4-time MVP? He has like 10 plus all NBAs, 10 like he's all defensive team. Kareem is the cream of the crop. If we're talking about accomplishments, I think Kareem, we're talking about basketball as a whole, 100%, because we talking about college, talking about everything. He's definitely, I would say he's number one for me. You get what I'm saying? But Jokic right now, I think you could probably climb him in there. He's a top 5. If I've forgotten someone, you let me know. But right now, Jokic, with all the accomplishments that he has, him winning a championship, and let me tell you something, him winning a championship, and his second best player is Jamal Murray, who's an inconsistent player. Even though Jamal Murray definitely does his thing in the playoffs, but Jamal Murray hasn't even had an All-Star nod in his name yet. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like
he one of them guys in the playoffs. He show up too, though.
I just said that he does show up in the playoffs.
Yeah,
he does show up in the playoffs.
Boy.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to sit there, especially early on. He was showing up more than Yoke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if we're just talking about accomplishment and all that, I think especially the 3 MVPs and the champion, and then on top of that, you take that he's one of the greatest or the greatest passing big man of all time. And he obviously, I think he makes his team mates better. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a big thing for him. But the only thing is, I would say he's probably the worst in terms of defensively. So I'm not going to put him on top of all those boys. Especially he's clearly not done yet. So you know what I'm saying? He has at least another 5, 7, 8 years of maybe dominance. So it may be able to change, but his defense is definitely the lowest. But his peak in terms of like how he can score and assist at that high rate, he's probably up there with them in terms of playmaking and scoring. Like he's definitely up there. I can put him next to, right after Wilt, if you ask me, if you're talking about scoring and playmaking. So it's he's there. I would say he's top 5. I would say he's top 5 now. If I'm missing someone, you let me know. I might change it. But you know what I'm saying? You let me, you gonna go, and then it can change for me. Because right now this is my mind right now.
Okay.
So talk to me.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna give you, you know what I'm saying, a top 5 list. You know what I'm saying? And this is not in no particular order. It's just me naming some of the greatest centers of all time. You know what I mean? You got Shaq, Kareem,
Correct.
Hakeem Olajuwon, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, and you got guys. I mean, that's 5 right there. You know what I mean? And then you got guys like Patrick Ewing, David Robinson, Moses Malone, and Dwight Howard. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just naming them. I'm just naming them, right?
Yeah.
So, me personally, you know what I mean? Well, I can start from the bottom. I'm taking Jokic over Bill Russell. And this is no disrespect to Bill Russell, who won 11 championships, 13 in all, because he coached. I think he coached and won a couple championships as well. You feel what I'm saying? But bro, this is the 50s and the 60s. He was great, and for his time and his era, he was great back then. You feel what I'm saying? And if you want to talk about, first of all, bro, they won 8 championships in a row. If you win 8 championships in a row, bro, I promise you the competition is not like that. Sorry. If you're going somewhere with real deal competition, okay, you're not winning a championship every single year. If so, the teams you playing are not comparable or good enough against your squad, okay? But it's in the 50s and the 60s, man. Them dudes is, come on, they 6'8", they 6'5". You feel what I'm saying? Now, what I think Bill Russell would get some money, in the greatest era of all time, I mean, maybe so, but we didn't get to see it. Maybe so. I'm not saying he's a slouch. You know what I mean? He's athletic. He can run. He got a little size on him. You feel what I'm saying? He's physical. So, yeah, he could probably do a, Ben Wallace type shit. He probably could. You feel me? But I'm taking Jokic over him because he's not going to affect the game. The way he affect the game defensively does not outweigh the way Jokic is going to affect the game offensively.
He was nice defensively, though. That dude
he was nice.
Ask Will.
No, for sure. I'm with you. I know this. You feel me? But we need to score some buckets. You know what I mean? I'll take you. Bro, you want to talk about the Warriors with KD? let's talk about back then. Okay? Back then, in that era, at that time, they had a Hall of Fame team. You talk about Bill Russell, Bob Cousy, Sam Jones. I think it was Hondo Rondo, John Havlicek. I think, or Casey Jones or some shit like that. Bro, you got guys on the squad. They won 7 championships, 6, 8 championships, and stuff like that. Bro, they had that. For that era back then, they had what y'all had, if not more. Okay? So, boom, the competition, they didn't, you know damn well the teams was not spread out with that much competition for them to go out there and lose. So that's why they was winning like that. So, cool. All right, you got Wilt Chamberlain. All right, cool. We heard about Wilt Chamberlain being the dog. Scored 100 points. You know what I'm saying? He averaged 51 season and all the rebounds and block shots and things like that. Jordan, the man came in the league in 1959. Okay? 59, them dudes is half his fucking height, man. Half his fucking size, dude. He played 14 years. So I think after the 73 season, you know what I'm saying, he was done. Okay? So understand this. His career average, Wilt Chamberlain, is 30 points a game, 23 rebounds a game, and 4 assists. That's his career average. Jordan, he just turned around, just landed up in the motherfucking rim. Them dudes is 6'4" and shit. He had 100 points. Come on, dog. You feel what I'm saying? So that's his career average, right? Came in the league in 1959. Well, Kareem didn't come in until 1969 in his 10th year. That's his real competition right there. And against Kareem for 17 games, you talk about a guy that averaged 30. Well, against Kareem, he averaged 16. A man who averaged 23 rebounds against Kareem, he averaged 17.6. That ain't bad, but considering you was doing 23 a game, you dropped down to 17. And then the assists stayed the same, 3.8 assists. So that's basically 4 assists. So when you got some competition on you, you don't look like 30 points a game, Playboy. You feel what I'm saying? So, and like I said, the 50s, man. The 50s and the 60s, I can't give too much credit for that. I'll take Jokic over Wilt Chamberlain, and that's a fact. You feel what I'm saying? Now you talk about a guy like Kareem, that's the man. That's the man. He can do any post move possible. He got it and Ben had it. He was teaching the greats. He was teaching Kevin Garnett and shit. Motherfuckers go to him. LeBron went to him to learn how to play the post. He got the footwork. It's undeniable. And he can hit you with the mid-range jumper. He can go to the mid-range, face you up, pump fake, drive, spin, pump fake. All of the moves, all of the footwork, everything in the post there is possible. And on the defensive side of the ball, he's the leader in blocks in history for a reason. He's got 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards. He's dominant. And he played in the era where the big man era was the big man era. And he was dominating niggas, killing niggas against the big man era. You feel what I'm saying? So would I take Jokic over him? No, because he's going to give me offensive shit at an extremely high level and defense at an extremely high level. Kareem and Shaq, you know what I mean? Dominance of Shaq, Kareem, you feel what I'm saying? He got the sky hook and the most unstoppable shot in history of the game. He could play defense, whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? But Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain, y'all can get the fuck up out of there. He's most definitely in the top 5. He ain't 5. He might not even be. I might take him over Kareem. I just might take him over Kareem because these guys I just named, they all under the rim guys. You know what I mean? With the exception of, Hakeem Olajuwon. You feel what I'm saying? He can go out to the mid-range, you know what I mean, and face you up and shit. But Jokic can go down low, mid-range, 3-point, rebound, assist. You feel what I'm saying? Kareem, he gonna post up back to the basket. He ain't facing nobody up doing all of that shit like a Jokic. You know what I mean? So he gonna hit you with the sky hook, but I need a pass here too. You know what I mean? So I could take him over Kareem. You understand me? But the question is he in the top 5? And he absolutely is. 3-time MVP, might be a 4th this year. Who knows? Finals MVP, he's a champ, averaging a triple-double right now, just coming off a 61-point triple-double. Top 5 in all the major categories, and it ain't about to slow down. Next year, he's going to be doing it again. He's going to be doing it again. He's going to be doing it again. Unless they just lose more players and their team gets weaker. You feel what I'm saying? So, and people like to say, well, we didn't see him against real big men, the big man era. And that's true. That's true. But he got skill. And we will still be talking about Jokic, triple doubles and everything else throughout the season if he was playing against the real big man era. Because guess what? Just as much as he got to go out there, nobody can guard Shaq. Nobody. None of these guys I name in the top 5 can guard Shaq. Shaq came in dunking on Hakeem, putting the ball on his head, dunking on David Robinson, dunking on everybody. You feel what I'm saying? But just like he got to go guard them, they got to turn around and guard him too. Yeah, you physical down there, but guess what? Come on out here. Come on. Come on out here. I'm going to get you in this pick and roll, Big Shaq. Come on, Kareem. Come on. You slender, Kareem. You slender. You real small, Kareem. Jokic can take advantage of that. We see him do it on a nightly basis. He can't stop the hook shot. Kareem can't stop Jokic in the paint. He too slender. Kareem. Yeah.
Nah, well, we have a guy named Wilt who was probably the strongest person we've ever seen on a basketball court.
I don't know what.
I mean, yes.
I need you to stop listening to all of that shit that you've heard in the past about him touching the top of the backboard. He's the strongest.
I'm not. That has nothing. But why can't somebody can be the strongest if he can lift certain amount? If that's the case, that's the case. I don't want to sit there and act like that's not the case. If they say that, and it's like. Even he said some stuff like this too. He's like, yo, I can jump like here. I can run this. Yeah. I can lift this. Listen, he's a strong ass nigga. It is what it is. But don't if Kareem, hold on, if Kareem went dealing with that, if Kareem was dealing with that, what makes you think that Jokic is gonna be like, oh yeah, he's gonna be. You just said this nigga went from 30 something to 16.
Jordan.
But it's not just okay.
Jordan. You're going off what you heard Wilt say. They say he ran a 4.4. They say he benched this much. They say he could touch the top of the backboard. They say he scored 100 points. They say all of this stuff he could do. We ain't fucking seen it. Okay? Going from, if you that nice, Kareem guarding you and you dropping points like that and you drop it, you taking a dip in points, it's because of the competition you was playing against. You wasn't playing against no other 7-1 guys. You wasn't playing against no 6'10 guys. No, you wasn't doing that. You feel what I'm saying? So until you met like Bill Russell, he's 6'9". You feel what I'm saying? And then you got Kareem, who is 7 feet. He just as tall as Wilt Chamberlain. I don't care what nobody say. Wilt Chamberlain was not doing all of that shit. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. I didn't fucking see it. I do not believe all this benching. He's just super duper strong, all of this shit. If he was guarding Shaquille O'Neal, he's getting fucking abused. If Kareem was guarding Shaquille O'Neal, he way too slender. Wilt Chamberlain is not 34. Period, point blank. And as small and as slender as Kareem is, and as heavy and agile and skilled as Jokic is, he will bust that ass. If you ask me, he gonna have a problem with Kareem more so than with Hakeem more so than Kareem. If you ask me, because he's a defensive prowess. You feel what I'm saying? So he's definitely top 5. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna blink. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, I don't. You can't name 5 centers right now that's better than Nikola Jokic from the Denver Nuggets. So that's where I'm at with that.
Yeah, I mean, I got to see. I mean, I did look some stuff up on Wilt, and he is fast. I'll tell you that. I mean, it may look like maybe you can actually see some clips from him. So
I've seen everything. I've seen it all, Jordan.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's you for you to have your own. Interpretation of whatever you see or whatever the case may be. But Nikola Jokic, it's not as if I've seen Nikola Jokic also, in certain situations get bullied as well. So it's not as if, this dude is just out here, babying niggas all the time. I've seen niggas, get at him as well. You know what I mean? So I'm not. It's my take. It's my take. So for me, that situations, everything, there's always going to be a situation. If I'm going to sit here and say, if Wilt is one of the strongest people in the NBA, yeah, I think that he's going to be able to deal with him at moments.
Stop bringing up that old ass shit, man.
I mean, it don't matter to me. He's in my top. Wilt's in my top 5, and Jokic could be 5th. Jokic can be 5th because he's still going. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's my thing. I didn't take Bill Russell because I'm not really Bill Russell. Not really the biggest offensive player. He's a great defensive player. And maybe, I think that I'm not really a big fan. Like it was in the 60s and 50s and shit like that. I'm not with that. So I'm not with that. But Will, at least I seen that in the 60s a bit of the 70s. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a bit of something. And his stats are just, the stats are just too crazy, bro. It's just too crazy. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
it is what it is for me with that. But Yoke is still going. And he also has his issues on the defensive side of the ball as well. So it's not as if he's like some perfect player. You know what I mean?
Nobody said that.
But he's a, you know, I'm not saying you said that. I'm not saying you said that, bro.
Let me
But
say,
even still,
hold on. You said the defensive side. So he can't have the same effect on the game. Like, so look at Luka. But you say what Luka does supersedes that. The same thing with Jokic. Same thing with Jokic.
supersedes what?
The lack of defense that Luka has, you say his offense, what he brings on that side of the ball, supersedes that. Well, it's going to be the same thing with Jokic.
Supersedes that.
Yes.
Supersedes what though?
You said what Luka provides offensively will cover up for what he lacks defensively. That's what you said.
Covers up what he does defensively.
We talk about Luka not being, bless you. We talk about Luka not being a great defender, right?
Correct.
Yes. You said, but what Luka does on the offensive side of the ball, that won't even matter. That won't even matter much because he brings so much to the table. It's the same thing for Jokic. It's the same thing for Jokic. They ain't gonna score him every single time. And you say you've seen Jokic get bullied or get got, bro. Everybody has got. The guys Kareem, everybody has got bullied and backed down and dunked on, bro. That shit happens. You feel what I'm saying? The guys you talking about, Hakeem getting fucking thrown in the rim. Yeah, it happens when you playing in a big man down there in every possession. Yeah, you're gonna get dunked on. But you go look at the man, you're gonna see way more positive things by a wide margin than negative things. If you ask Jokic.
Okay, so what I'm saying with Luka specifically, going to talk about this Luka Jokic thing. Luka is not what I said about Luka. Luka, when he goes into the playoffs, the game slows down. Luka can dominate series. However,
Jokic,
he still was a negative on the defensive side of the ball. And that was one of the main reasons why they lost.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. You know what I mean? And that's a big reason Luka being there is a big reason why I think the Warriors can beat them now. Okay, and it's not because on the offensive side of the ball, it's because on the defensive side of the ball. You get what I'm saying? Now with Jokic, I'm not saying that. All I'm saying that Jokic right here is the worst defender out of all of them. He's the worst defender out of all of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, whether or not niggas played in the 60s, 50s, he's the worst defender out of all of them.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? And that's all I'm saying is that, and they already have their seasons their careers are finished. They have a lot of accolades. I'm not going to push the 3-time MVP, 1-time champion over them at this very moment. I'm going to keep him 5th. You get what I'm saying? As he continues, maybe he can jump more, but I'm not only going to put him over people that have also a bit more than him. Maybe not MVPs because he has 3 of them, but other things. I'm going to keep him at 5th. And on top of that, he's the worst defender on all of them. So, yeah, I am going to have him at 5th.
Okay,
you get what I'm saying?
You that's fine. You can have him at 5th all you want to, but I can promise you, ain't none of them niggas as skilled as Jokic. And if Jokic was on the fucking Showtime Lakers when they had the dream team that they had back in the day, he would be doing the same thing and it would be winning the same, maybe even more. I tell you that much. I tell you that because can't none of them niggas back then fuck with Jokic. None of them. They had never seen a guy 7 foot bring the ball up the court and do what he does with the ball. You feel what I'm saying? So you can say,
I don't know about that, man, because they'd be worse defensively. They'd be worse defensively. I know that,
bro. Listen to me. What Jokic is going,
what it is.
That's fine. I tell you, what, Jokic got a championship with that defense. With that lack of defense that he got a championship with it.
Yeah, he got one.
And he got one. He ain't had no Showtime Lakers team. He didn't have that. He didn't have a team like the Rockets, nigga. He didn't have a team like Shaq and Kobe. He didn't have that.
Yeah, the Rockets.
The Rockets was
the Rockets is probably the worst team out of all of them there.
No. That's fine, but the Rockets had a team of shooters around Kareem. Nope, I'm Kareem. Hakeem. You couldn't stop Hakeem. You had Sam Cassell as a true point guard. You had a young Robert Ory. You had an Otis Thorpe who could rebound and protect the rim. You had a Vernon Maxwell who could play the two guard and defend the perimeter. You had a Kennedy Jet Smith who could spread the floor with spread, bro. They had 3-point shooters everywhere.
I mean, and let's talk about Nikola Jokic's team then during that championship run. Yeah, he also had a great team, great complementary players around him. 100%.
I said he didn't have Shaq and Shaq Lakers. He didn't have a team.
He didn't have the Shaq Lakers. He didn't have the Shaq Lakers.
Okay.
Yeah,
So if you said he won one, I said, oh, cool, he won one, but he didn't have a team like Shaq, Kareem, and what the type of team Bill Russell had, for that time, like that great of a team, but for that time, he didn't have that.
Yeah, I have him over Bill Russell. I'm with you with the Bill Russell, but I'm not going, I'm not going to do the, I don't know if you're not discrediting them, but I'm not going, because you got put in a situation and that you exceeded those things and you won. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that to those players. However, I'm not going to do that to them. They all did what they did. You know what I'm saying? And they dominated in great fashion.
Let me ask you this.
Jokic isn't done yet. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to, because he can maybe win a couple more championships and be dominant at that, or whatever the case may be. But 100%. All right, having him top 5 is not a slight.
No,
those guys are around.
I'm gonna ask you this. We're gonna move on. You picked those guys because you said they got more than him and what he lacks defensively, right? He's the worst defender of them all. All right, cool. Well, Bill Russell got his championships, or you could say Wilt Chamberlain. You know what I mean? He got 2 championships. You feel what I'm saying? And you look at Bill Russell, but he lacks offense in a major way. Well, both Jokic and Bill Russell both lack something in a major way, and he got more. I'm just going based off you don't put Bill Russell.
I don't have Bill Russell. I said the only person I'm taking off because of how long ago it was, even before. I'm taking Bill Russell off.
Okay,
I'm gonna start from the Wilt Chamberlain time. I'm not starting from the Bill Russell time.
That's
me, and that's it. That's me.
They was in the same time, bro.
They was in the same time a bit, but he was obviously he played a bit after into the 70s as well.
Bro, Bill Russell got drafted.
Listen. The thing is, if I'm not taking the Bill Russell time, I'm not taking Bill Russell time. I'm not taking Bill Russell like at all. He was first. If you want to put him in there, that's cool. Even if you want to put him in, he was only a great defender. Offensively, wasn't at all. And most of these other players are good both sides of the ball.
And that's my point. And that's listen, I want you to listen to me. That's my point. You said he was bad offensively. That's what you said. But he got strong defense. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Jokic has strong offense and bad defense. And then you said you got Wilt. So you got him over Bill Russell for that, but you got him behind Wilt Chamberlain. And
that's not the only reason why I had him over him, though. That's not the only reason.
Okay, Jordan, wait. You also said, if you let me finish, you also said it's because of the time that they played. Bro, they were a couple years apart.
Okay, so now I'm gonna let you listen. So now I'm gonna let you. Now I'm gonna let you go. Now I'm gonna let me go. Wilt Chamberlain's stats is too crazy for me not to have him in there. That's one. Number two. Whether okay, but that's cool. You said this is for me. That's not for you. Then you have Jokic. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna make this very clear. I'm always, and everybody's going to. I'm always going to take offense over defense. Better offense gonna beat better defense all the time. All the time. Yes, better. Oh, you can play great defense. You can play great defense, but if someone has better offense, I'm going to take the better offense. That doesn't mean that. Listen, just because I say that doesn't mean I take nothing. I'm saying fuck the defense. Don't take the drastic. I'm saying you're trying to do that. Don't do that. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that.
Does Wilt have better offense than Jokic?
I mean, I think Jokic all around might be better offensively. Yeah. But it's just because obviously how Will got it, but then he's also better defensively. Like he's better, he's Miles better defensively. Like Miles, if he's Miles better defensively, and Jokic is better offensively, but still, Will Chamberlain still did what he did, averaged what he averaged. It's hard for me to just take that away from him, man. I can't, bro. That's too crazy.
Against 6'5" guys, he's 7'1". All right, you got it. Cool, that's cool.
Okay, Jokic is now playing against players. Now he's playing against a different area. We can talk about that. We can do that. We can do that stuff too.
Bro, listen,
Yeah, we can do that.
Wilt
This is
Chamberlain.
the weakest big man era of all time. We can do this too.
Listen. You doing all of this? You ain't.
No,
cool.
it's just the truth. No,
Listen,
yes,
I'm with
that's
you.
a point though. That's a point.
I'm with you.
This is probably one of the weakest big man eras of all time. So that's a point that can go against him. It can go against him. Don't act like it can't go against him. If you're going to sit there and act like it can't, then what are we even having this conversation for? It's not just all your points that is all facts and true. That is a fact. It is not a great man, big man era because of the way the game is played at this very moment. And he's at the top of it right now. And even then, when you had a guy like Joel Embiid, who was better? Even you said Joel Embiid was better. All right, let me keep going. You can go.
Name the big men Wilt Chamberlain was going against.
You can go. You can go.
No. I want you to name them. You said, listen. You said this is the weakest big man era. Is what you said. Okay, so cool. So even the big man right now is much better than the big man he was going against in 59 and 60 and shit. So who was the big man back then?
Who? You have one. Joel Embiid. That's it.
Listen to me. You.
No. That's one. That's one.
Jordan, listen to the question.
I'm not answering any more questions, bro.
Yeah, because you can't answer it. You can't. I asked you to tell me who were the big men when Wilt Chamberlain were playing.
Yeah, listen, we can have this conversation another time. We could have this whole conversation another time, and then we can dive in even more into all this stuff.
You know why you want to do it another time? Because you can't fucking tell me now. That's why you want to do it another time. Moving on.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It does matter. You can't.
It doesn't matter because I gave my point.
Ja Morant. Let's talk about the NBA. What's going on right now? Ja Morant. You know he's been caught up in a few things. You feel what I'm saying? In the past, you know, I mean, some bad things. You know, what I mean, outside of basketball, whether it's getting into it at the school gym or whether it's getting into it, you know, what I mean, with people outside of basketball, guns and things like that. You feel what I'm saying? So we know what he went through a couple seasons ago when we seen him, you know what I mean, in the car with his boy, you know what I'm saying? He had to show the gun and things like that. It was on live. They was riding the car. So he got suspended and I think he got fined as well, you know what I mean? But I know he missed a ton of games. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, it just seemed like, you know, every time you see, sometimes it just seems like Ja's off the court shit outweighs the on the court shit. You feel what I'm saying? And they played the Warriors the other night. You know what I mean? And he walking towards his bench, but then he point over at the Warriors bench, like, you know, with the guns pointed and shit to the Warriors bench. And it was said that Buddy Hield did it before they called a timeout. You know what I mean? We didn't see it. You know what I mean? Obviously, you know, the second guy is the one that's always get caught, whatever the case may be. But the NBA looked into it and things like that, and they said that, you know, he was not going to be fined, wasn't going to be suspended, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? But Jordan, I ask you this: with Ja Morant's history, do you think there should have been like a stiffer punishment for the gun gestures towards the Warriors bench? Talk to me.
Oh, did this come out today that he won't be fined?
Yeah, I seen it today.
Yeah. Ja Morant needs to put the guns away, bro. I mean, it's kind of it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? I like Ja Morant in his game and all that, and I like the way, you know, his swag and everything like that, but you gotta tread lightly, man. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I don't even, first of all, you're doing all this gun stuff when niggas put 52 on your head top. So let's calm the fuck down, number one. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just, you know already that you've got in trouble with the guns already. You know, that you've already got in trouble with the guns before, posting on social media and all this bullshit. So now when you go and do that, it's just like the Draymond thing. People are going to look at you more. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if it has nothing to do, it's not like it's a 3-pointer and you're doing this. You know what I'm saying? And you point and doing all that. Like, you know what I mean? It's not even that. The play is done, brother. It's a timeout. You know what I'm saying? Like what? It just makes no. It's like you're salty because you're losing, and Buddy Hield is doing that, or I don't know what it was because I seen it. Buddy Hield was a big part of it as well. But it's like you're getting a bit salty. But the thing is, it's different. If Buddy Hield does that and you do that, there's a difference because you was already got caught with the guns, buddy. You already got caught with the guns. You know what I'm saying? You ain't a rapper, my nigga. You want to be a rapper, and you can do all that. You get what I'm saying? You can change it. You can change your sport, bro, and go play and go rap. And then you could talk about guns and have all the guns in your video, and no one's gonna get in trouble. But you can't do that on the NBA floor, man. They already trying to get that away from the NBA already. The gun gestures for threes and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But for you, it's a bit different because you have previous already offended. You already have offenses of showing guns on your platform. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, maybe there should have been a fine for him because remember he's supposed to be like one of the what is it? Remember how you was telling me about I'm gonna bring this up to you. Remember when you was telling me about Lamar Jackson and him wearing the Pooh Shiesty and all this other stuff?
Mm-hmm.
If John Morant is the American basketball player, he's supposed to be one of the faces of the NBA, especially for the future, the face of the NBA. You are a role model to these kids, man.
Yeah.
You just running around pointing gun fingers at people and shit. You gotta watch that, man. You get what I'm saying? Like people are watching you. There's always a camera. You can't just be doing anything you want. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you have previous offenses, bro.
Right.
It's crazy. And it's a bit too much, man. You gotta put the guns down, bro. You gotta put the fucking guns down, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's too much, bro. It's too much.
Man. Yeah, look, bro, look. I'm the most so if I was a principal, you know what I'm saying, or if I was a teacher or something like that, I would be the coolest. I'd be the coolest one because I'm the guy I'm not gonna sit there and talk. Just hear me out. I'm not gonna sit there and talk to you for an hour and a half in class and bore you. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say what I say. I'm gonna explain it. I'm gonna also get y'all involved too, so y'all can get up out y'all seat and y'all can be involved in class and learn. You can, if it's a student in the class that's smart, maybe he could teach it to y'all. My class would be fun. You know what I mean? If I had a kid that, you know what I'm saying, that didn't want to act right, I'm not just gonna send him to the principal office. I'm not gonna suspend him. I'm not gonna give him a referral. I'm gonna holler at him. You feel what I'm saying? Even when it come to my kids, like I'm if you continuously do something, I'm gonna get on you. You know what I mean? But let me give you a better analogy. I had to go up to my son's school before, you know what I mean, a couple times. You feel what I'm saying? My son was a star, you know what I mean, football player, all of that shit, you know what I mean? Everybody knew him, you know what I mean? Everybody know him, you know what I mean? So I go up to the school to handle a situation with him, but his friends is around. I didn't go up there, hey, come here. I didn't do none of that because I know how it is to be, a kid in school, football, everybody know you for football, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? I know how that shit is. So what I did was I said, hey, yo, bro, come here, bro. And I made it seem like we was having a conversation. Put my arm around him and was talking, just walking and stuff. You know what I mean? Looked like we were just having a father-son conversation, but I was grilling his motherfucking ass. Letting him know, don't fucking play with me. But to your friends, that's just pops and son talking. But to me and you, I'm on your ass. You feel what I'm saying? So I say that to say this. John Morant, he's been getting chances. And he kept getting them chances, and it led to him getting suspended. So you would think that he would learn from that. You feel what I'm saying? You got suspended, you missed 25 games or something like that. You know what I mean? So now and like I said, you got caught in 25 games. Now you come back, you know what I mean? And now you're doing more gun gestures. Now, me being as cool as I am, you keep on doing the same shit. Now I got to up the ante on you. You got suspended before. Now, obviously, I'm not going to suspend you for the rest of the season for this, but I'm going to give you a stiff punishment. And that missing the game, they get so much money, bro. The NBA players are getting so much money. You know what I mean? I think missing the game, it's not going to affect them like that. As a player, you want to be on the field. You want to be on the court. You want to be out there when the lights is bright. So my punishment to him I might have to go and give him a game suspension, maybe 2, because you're a repeat offender. You're a repeat offender. You've been caught already. I ain't never heard Buddy Hield name in nothing. Anything, any type of gesture that's negative. I've never heard anything negative from Buddy Hield. Never. You haven't either. So him doing this shit, you know what I mean? They gave him a warning. Both of them a warning. You give Buddy Hield a warning. But since you're a repeat offender, you've been here before multiple times, I'm going to go ahead and give you a couple games because I know you really want to play. And I'm going to take your money, too, because you ain't playing, so you ain't getting paid for those games. Them game checks is mine. So that's what I would do, bro. I'm a cool guy, but you keep doing the same old shit, bro. You know what I mean? You lucky I ain't say shit. Sit out for the remainder of these last few games. Then come back playoffs and knock your fucking rhythm off because you got kids watching you, bro. You got kids watching you. You know what I mean? You got a sneaker deal, all of that shit. You feel me? So, and you in Memphis. That's where Pooh Shiesty from. Ta-da! And you in there doing that shit. They already look at Pooh Shiesty, you know what I mean? Like oh my God, that's Pooh Shiesty. Now you doing the same shit. You don't think them kids seen that game? I bet them kids that fuck with John Morant watching that game. It's on locally in Memphis. You know it is. Memphis is Memphis treacherous, boy. You go to Memphis, get fucked up. You go to Memphis doing some bullshit, you ain't coming back. I promise you that. Memphis one of them places. I swear to God. And you in here doing this shit to a place that's already like that. And the kids is watching. Nah, bro. You got to chill, man. He don't need to be doing nothing negative, nothing gun, nothing. Nothing. You know, already been in it too much. And everything gun related. It's gun related. You ain't in the gang. You ain't doing that shit. You ain't GD. You ain't Vice Lord. You ain't Blood. You ain't Crip. You ain't Pyru. You ain't none of that. Cut all that shit out, man.
You're a good boy. He's a good boy.
And there's ain't nothing wrong with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, a lot of niggas like to glorify that. You know what I mean? Bro, a lot of niggas like to glorify that. You know what I mean? That's how I know he ain't really from it. That's how I know, because niggas just really from that shit. They know shit could really, really, really get ugly. That gun gesture shit, that'll get you killed, boy. To a real one. Don't play with me. Don't play with me like that. Don't do that. That'll get you killed, and you playing around. So, I'd have definitely took him 2 games. You know what I mean? Took a couple of them checks. You feel me? The game and the check. You gotta learn, man. Hopefully this is the last time, though. Hopefully. But it is what it is, bro. So, sticking with the NBA, man. Longtime superstar legend Carmelo Anthony was elected in the first ballot of the Hall of Fame. We know he's had an illustrious career, Jordan. You know what I mean? You know, they just be walking guys in the Hall of Fame, though. You know what I mean? But do you think, you know what I'm saying, that Carmelo Anthony deserved the first ballot Hall of Fame nod? Talk to me.
You can go, because I know this is a big topic for you in your Hall of Fame stuff.
Well, listen, Carmelo Anthony is one of the this is a prime example. This is a prime example of you being a great player and not having to win a championship to be in the first ballot Hall of Fame. They didn't do no sympathy vote. No, well, you had a long career. Come on in here. Or they didn't do no sympathy votes like they did for Chris Bosh, because he didn't get to finish his career. You know what I mean? It ended the way it ended. They just threw him in the Hall of Fame. He's not a Hall of Fame first ballot player at all. He's not KG, Tim. He's not at all whatsoever. And that's another conversation for another day. You know what I mean? Or like they did T-Mac, just walked in. He never got into the fucking first round. That's not Hall of Famish, if you ask me. You feel what I'm saying? When I look at first ballot Hall of Fame, like I said before, when I look at first ballot Hall of Fame, that's me and Jordan picking the team. I don't care who you pick. I don't care who you pick. If I want my point guard to be Magic Johnson or Steph Curry, I'm magnificent with that. I don't care who your other guard is. If I want my shooting guard to be Kobe or Jordan, I don't give a damn who your other shooting guard is. If I want my small forward to be Carmelo Anthony or LeBron James, or I don't care who your shooting guard is. Melo is, or KD. Melo is somebody I will close my eyes, pick him, and say, I'm going to battle with the greatest team assembled on that side versus the greatest team over here.
You're going to get his buckets. That's for sure.
And he's going to get buckets. But Melo is a bull. Melo is strong. He gonna take whatever shot anywhere, any given time. And he ain't scared. He ain't none of that shit. He's not a true facilitator. He's a bust your ass nigga. That's what it is. Put buckets on you, whoever. You can't stop him. You know what I'm saying? You can. Will you be able to slow him down a little bit? Maybe. But he gonna keep coming and coming and coming at you all night long. You feel what I'm saying? No matter where it is, it don't matter. You know what I mean? Ben, did he get to get to the NBA Finals? No, he didn't get to get that. That man was out there in the West. He had the Lakers out there in the West with Kobe and company. You had Tim Duncan and company out there in the West. You had Dirk and company out there in the West. Hell, you even had the Clippers out there in the West. You feel what I'm saying? You had the Memphis Grizzlies out there in the West. Well, no slouches out there. Then he came out to the East. Well, damn, you got the Bulls in the East with D Rose in his prime. Bless you. You got the Bulls with D Rose out there. You got Miami out there. You got Boston out there. You got, you know what I mean? You got Orlando out there. You feel what I'm saying? So he did he get there? No. It was better players that was better than him that he had to run up against that had better teams, and he didn't get it done. He went to the Western Conference Finals, battled it out with Kobe in 2009. They didn't get it done. That don't make you not a great player. Melo moves the needle. Melo is a game changer. He moves the needle. He's a leader. He's a franchise player. You can pick him and build around that man. And this is a prime example of somebody not getting a ring and all of that shit and being a legit first ballot Hall of Famer, if you ask me, in my eyes. And I know the Olympics ain't got nothing to do with the NBA shit. Man, nigga was a dog over there in the Olympics and shit. You know what I mean? Busting niggas' ass. Obviously, they not on the level of, what in the NBA right now is probably more so closer, you know what I mean, now than it was back then. But busting niggas' ass over there, you know what I mean? Melo just a dog, bro. So I think
you can pull up his accolades real quick. You can pull up his accolades.
Yeah, I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? You could tell in his play, you know what I mean? He's a leader, you know what I'm saying? And from day one, you know what I mean? He been balling. He ain't come in and ride no coattail. He didn't come in and he didn't went on the bench. You know what I'm saying? He come in being the man. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I think he most definitely, you know what I'm saying, deserves the first ballot Hall of Fame nod, if you ask me.
Yeah. What's his accolades looking like?
Oh shit, hold on. So I put up stats. I'm sorry. My bad. Hold up.
Oh, we can even go with that too. Like we're gonna definitely have to chime in with that one as well.
Okay. Let's see. 10 all-star selections, two all NBA second teams, 4 all NBA third team. Like I said, LeBron out here, Kobe out. Well, that's 2 different positions, but LeBron. Well, in the all NBA shit, that don't even matter. It don't matter the conference. You know, you got LeBron out here, he gonna get that. You got Kevin Durant out here, he gonna get that some years. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you going against other dogs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he came in that time, so I think he did the 4 times. So he had to go against Garnett, he had to go against Tim Duncan, he had to go against all those guys.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So 4-time All-NBA on the third team, scoring champion 2013, all rookie first team, you know what I mean? So like I said, man, top 75 player of all time, and I think he belongs in there. Other, a couple guys in there, a few guys in there, more than a few, you know what I mean? Several guys that shouldn't be in there. They should have been knocked out that motherfucker, but he most definitely, you know what I mean, should be one of the top 75 greatest players ever. You know what I mean? First ballot Hall of Fame. I ain't got a problem with it. I'm good with it.
What was his stats for since 2003, when he came in, all the way to like his prime, maybe 2015?
So you're looking at 21 his rookie year, 21, then 20, well basically 21 again, you know what I mean? 26 and a half, 29, 26, 23, 28, 25, 26, and then he's in New York at this time. You got Amari out there too, 20, 23, 29, 28, 24. You know what I'm saying?
What is that? Is that like 10 plus years and 20 plus a game?
Bro,
he's at 13, 14 years or 20 plus a game. Damn.
He's a real, he can lead a team, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like I said, he can lead a squad. You know what I mean? I just feel like he ain't like he had the best team, you know what I mean, his whole career. You feel what I'm saying? But what Melo brings to the table, what you see with your eyes, what he do out there in the playoffs, leading teams or whatever the case may be, my nigga battling. Yeah, he like that. I'm sorry.
So I'm with you. I think Carmelo Anthony is a Hall of Fame player. He's definitely one of the better small forwards that we've had in this game. His isolation bucket, amazing. I think Even Kobe was saying that he's probably one of the best one-on-one players because he can take you to the outside, he can go inside, he can go three, mid-range, free throw
Mhm.
line. He's strong, he's quick, deceptively quick as well. He had it all. You know what I mean? He was as a rookie, I think he should have been co-rookie of the year, or if not the rookie of the year. Remember, we had that conversation.
Yep.
Coming straight out of college, won the national championship at Syracuse, balled out as a freshman. That's what he did, came into the league. I don't think he had as much success in terms of winning, but he was consistent for a good 15 years, 10 to 15 years. And I think plays a part in getting it, someone like, but this is where we have a situation. So as we named all the stuff that in terms of his accolades and what he did, right?
Mhm.
6-time All NBA, 10-time plus All Star, you know what I mean? Scoring champion. Um, he was what else was he? I mean, 3-time gold medalist, one of the top all-time scorers in the Olympics for the USA team. Um, so like, I don't think it's that long crazy because I mean you have the All NBAs and you have the All Star nods, right? But then you have the scoring where he did that 10, 15 years of 20 plus points, which is, I think that's a model of consistency. You know what I mean? I think that can definitely put you in it because this is where we have the situation. You have someone like Tracy McGrady. Do you think Tracy McGrady deserves to be in the Hall of Fame?
You asking me? No, I said not first.
Yeah,
I said not first ballot.
not for okay. So you think he should be in the Hall of Fame, but just not first ballot Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Yeah. And how about Vince Carter?
No.
Like, so you saying second ballot or something like
No.
that, or
No.
not
No ballot.
no ballot? How
No
about
ballot.
Allen Iverson?
Yeah, I think he should be in there for sure. He's one of the. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I like how there's so you have T Mac going over Vince Carter. So you have T Mac going to Hall of Fame before Vince Carter.
It's just the fact that Vince Carter, bro. I just think, man, it was more so of a highlight, you know what I'm saying? Like versus, being the man, he got a chance to play with the Nets and Jason Kidd and them, in Miami with Lonzo and not Miami, I'm sorry, with the Nets. Had a
The
good run with
Nets.
the Nets, with Jason Kidd, and Kenyon, with all those guys, you know what I mean? But after that, bro, like what was it? What was it? I don't really remember nothing.
Yeah.
What we remember from Vince Carter is not a game. You know what I mean? If you listen, if you are a Sixer fan or a Raptors fan, you might remember the series with him and AI. You know what I mean? Raptors versus Sixers. You know what I'm saying? You might remember that. But when you bring up Vince Carter, you're looking at 25 years ago in the dunk contest. That's what you're looking at. Or you're looking at him dunking
Okay.
on Lonzo Mourning. He dunked over dude in the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? Like the dunks that he had. It's not, you know what I mean? Oh shit, he did his thing out here, led this team to whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Like that, yeah. So I don't see that. No.
Yeah. So the thing is with Melo's my second favorite player of all time.
I know that.
And yeah, he's my second favorite player of all time. First is T Mac and then Carmelo Anthony. The only thing with Carmelo where I think people might have a hesitation is because I think that we expected him to, win,
Mhm.
because of his talent and that he had, and he was in the comparison with LeBron James early on in his career, and then LeBron James, went and even before that, I think LeBron when he was getting MVPs and not winning, you know what I'm saying, he brought his team to the finals and he was doing a whole lot over there in Cleveland, right? And Carmelo Anthony he didn't bring his team to the finals
Right.
with a less team. He had LeBron had a lesser team, and Carmelo Anthony didn't. And all that, play circumstance plays a part. You know what I'm saying, and who's around you and all that. But Carmelo Anthony also had better players as well later on in his career as well. It's not like he had bad teams. I think he had some good teams. So I think that's probably a bit disappointing in terms of what we thought or think that he should have, what he could have done. And then on top of that, his people might think, oh, did he really want to win? Because the reason going over to New York when maybe you could have teamed up and went to Miami, but have a lesser, you LeBron and D Wade. But that didn't happen. I remember he was speaking about it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm thinking like, could you have went somewhere where maybe you would have had to sacrifice and maybe have won? You feel what I'm saying? Like, why did it have to be in New York?
Well,
Um,
this what I'm gonna say, bro. For that, this what I'm gonna say.
yeah.
When he talked about that, I heard him say like, you know what I mean? You're looking at the money. You know what I'm saying? You got to think, like Melo from Baltimore, bro. Melo he come from poverty, bro. Like the whole East Coast, Baltimore, New York, nigga, Philly, fucking Virginia, nigga, bro. Like it's the slums, baby. You know what I mean? You young, you been in that your whole life. You get a chance to get a super bag from New York. You get to go back home. I think he was born in Brooklyn, but raised in Baltimore. Either way, you back home. You're on that side of the map. You feel what I'm saying? And I just think, he made a decision based off of his life. His life, you know what I mean? Like it's his life. Shit, I come from nothing. You know what I mean? I get a chance to get a bag right here. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take it. Hindsight, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure he wished he would have, went to Miami or whatever the case may be. You feel me? But shit, and could have got a few rings. You know what I mean? But he didn't. You know what I mean? So, maybe, but at that time, you think about where you come from. You think about this check right here could set you up for life. Shit, I'm taking this. So I ain't gonna fault him for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but those are just the questions that people are going to obviously bring up with Melo.
I know a couple people that don't think he first ballot Hall of Fame. I was talking to some today that don't think, and I didn't really put up a big argument. Like it's not like how they did Terrell Owens and kept him out of the Hall of Fame because they wanted to talk about your antics on the sideline and shit. You know what I mean? Knowing good and well T.O. is supposed to be in the Hall of Fame. You top 3 all-time receiving touchdown. We know what he represents at the wide receiver position. So it's not an argument for me like that. You feel me? But some people might say, oh, he ain't first ballot, never been to the finals. You know what I mean? He's 28 and 55 in the playoffs in his career. You feel what I'm saying? So, I mean, it ain't a humongous argument for me, bro. You know what I mean? So, but hey, over now, proud of me. I'm glad I got to see Melo from beginning to end.
100%, bro.
I'm glad I got to see Melo, and his son gonna be next. You know what I mean? He gonna be tearing it up in the league. I think. Well, college next, obviously, but I think he gonna tear it up in the league. He got game. Game. You feel me? So, all right, man. Well, shit, that's it for us today, man. You got anything else you want on your mind, man?
No, I'm good.
Lakers Warriors tonight. I already know who you picking. No need to ask. You know what I mean? But what do you think is going to be different tonight? What you think?
What do you mean? What's going to be different?
Like, how different is this game going to be for y'all? Like, we don't have AD no more. Because you like talking about the size thing. It's like, is that going to give y'all the advantage to get the dub tonight, or what? Is that going to be the reason, or you think Steph's just going to go off again, or what?
No. I mean, this is the first game, so it's going to be interesting to see how they play you guys. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what it's going to be like, but I just know that obviously having AD there for you guys was definitely a big problem for us.
Mm-hmm.
But him not being there and it being Jackson Hayes a bit different because Jackson Hayes he's not switched on like an AD in terms of defensively, and and especially with the way that we play.
Right.
And I feel that JJ Redick might not even play Jackson Hayes or whatever because we go small and put Draymond at the 5, right? Then he might challenge that and just put LeBron and add the 5. You know what I mean? And then that changes everything for us a little bit in a way. But then we'll see because it's just gonna be interesting to see how that goes with the game plans with JJ Redick and Steve Kerr. It's gonna be interesting because I don't know as of yet, but you already know I think that we can exploit certain things because Luka Doncic is out there. So it'll be a bit easier for us around the rim and whatnot. So it'll be a good game and we'll wait and see.
Yeah, I think
talk about it on Monday.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good game. I think 3-0 against y'all this year. You know what I mean? Before the AD trade and after the AD trade, without Luka playing. You know what I mean? But I think it'll be, I think, Steph and Bron. You know, when you go, bro, when you know how it is. When you, if me and you was on the court of each other, you got the ball in your hand, I'm playing D, you about to try to make me look silly in the motherfucker. Well, whatever it is, you know what I mean? And vice versa. You know what I mean? Even though they're not guarding each other, but now it's going to be like, if Steph shoot that thing, you know what I mean? I got to shoot it too. Or they always put on the show. That's basically what I'm saying. So I think we in for a good show tonight. You know what I mean? So I think the Lakers going to win. Obviously, you got the Warriors. So look, man, this could be the first round preview. This could be the first round matchup. 4-5, Lakers, Warriors. We shall see, man.
No, I don't think so. It's too close. It's too close in the standings. Yeah, it's way to go.
That's why I say it could be. Who knows? You feel what I'm saying? But listen, man, we're going to go ahead and get up out of here, y'all. You know what I mean? For the ones that stuck around, for the ones that peeped in and ducked out, came back in, we appreciate y'all anyway. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button so y'all can be up to date with all things under the lights. Tell a friend to tell a friend. You feel what I'm saying? We're talking that good sports shit. My guy Jordan, you know what it is, my guy. That's our show for the day, and we gone.